This will be the best jungling video you ever watch. Do you know what tempo is? You don't, which is why I made this video. Tempo is so easy to understand. It's just that lots of people out there like to sound smarter than they actually are. In this video, I will explain to you what tempo actually is and how you can abuse it in your games, and we'll also watch some good examples of tempo, some bad examples of tempo, so you know how to master it. And of course, if you want more of these videos, please leave a like down below. Enjoy. Alright, so what is tempo? Tempo is basically where you are in comparison to the enemy jungler. So if two junglers, let's say, full clear and do opposite crabs, you have the same tempo, because while you do your first camp, the enemy jungler is doing their first camp. While you do your second camp, the enemy jungler is doing their second camp, etc. But this changes as soon as a jungler makes a play that does not involve farming their camps. So in this game, I clear my blue buff quadrant and decide to gank top lane. When I finish my blue buff, the enemy Master Yi is probably finishing his wolves. We don't see him on his top camps, so while I am taking time to move towards top lane, during this time, surely Yi is getting ready to move towards his raptors. So I know I am giving up tempo because Yi will be farming more camps than me. My argument here though is that me killing the Ignite Riven is more worth than farming 2 camps because she misses a lot, as well as giving me 400 gold. But tempo isn't just about who's ahead when it comes to farming their own camps. It also means who is quicker to the resource both junglers are running at. So when we continue with this game, I recall because I am anticipating Master Yi to invade my bot camps. He has quicker tempo than me here because he will get to them first, but I know I can defend at least 1 or 2 of them, especially after spending a pretty juicy amount of gold. I want to fight this guy. Now after Yi ganks my bot lane, he decides to invade my bot camps, thinking I was maybe still top, and I do kill him here. This exists because I am tracking the enemy jungler where they are in fog and what their mental will be when they see me show on the other side of the map. Now in this game, I get off Rift Herald and decide to gank top lane. As soon as I show on vision, before I even touch the Jace, the enemy Lee Sin will be quicker to what? My bot camps, good. And you can also include the dragon, my bot lane. So as I move towards the Jace and kill him, I'm expecting Lee Sin to move towards my bot camps. So what would you do? Lots of junglers would hit Rift Herald, but I know I can catch Lee Sin on my camps. Yes, his tempo to my camps is quicker, but I know he won't have enough time to do all of them. And being the stronger jungler, there is no way I give these up and I kill him. In this game, the Kha'Zix ganks my mid laner. He has red buff and level 3, so he cleared his top camps and then ganked mid. He then runs towards my blue buff. His tempo to my blue buff is quicker, but only by a few seconds. So because I know I can catch him on my blue, I run over to him and bug splat. But if I pause it, now what? If I do my gromp, yes, I have better tempo than Kha'Zix because I am farming a camp when he is not. But if I ask you, where will Kha'Zix run out of base? Hopefully you can deduce that he will run to his bot camps here. So if that's the resource or group of resources he is running at, can I do the same? Yes. Kha'Zix might get there quicker, but there is no way he farms all 3 bot camps before I get there. As the serrated Dirk Shackle with a refreshed red buff, I steal his blue, chase him down, and he's probably wondering after I kill him, what on earth just happened. So what do you actually do in your games? In this Emerald game, Viego decides to gank mid lane after seeing the level 3 blue buff Lilia go deep, and the Viego kills the enemy Lilia. Now if Viego stays on the map, he basically has 30 seconds of tempo to do whatever he wants. Lilia is dead for 10 seconds, and it takes her about maybe 20 seconds to run to her camps. This gives Viego about 30 seconds before Lilia might be able to catch him. So Viego makes the right move and abuses his quicker tempo to take her red buff. If he tries to take Krugs afterwards, Lilia can be here and her bot lane would be quicker to rotate. It's a little risky, right? So Viego then decides to come back to bot crab. Perfect. But Viego makes a mistake after doing this crab. What would you do? Would you farm your blue buff and then your gromp? Or maybe you go straight to top crab? I won't flame you yet because this is very advanced, and if you want to advance your rank by like 10 tiers, my coaching links are down below. But the best move for Viego here is to recall after crab and then run somewhere. Where do you think that somewhere is? Well, I want you to think about Lilia and what her next 30 to 60 seconds might look like. Where's she gonna be? She will no doubt run out to her red buff, right? And when she sees it missing, she might get really mad and chase Viego for a little bit, but she will then do her Krugs. But then what? Well, because she started topside in this game, her top camps will be spawning soon, so I think she'll run there. But she could even start by running to the crab, or maybe even Viego's top camps. If Lilia thinks Viego is going to farm his blue buff and gromp, Because remember, Viego ganked mid without blue and only 16 CS. Lilia should know both these camps are up, so she might think she has enough time, tempo in other words, to take Viego's Krugs and Raptors before he defends them. So if Viego recalls after taking this bot crab, not only would he stop Lilia from taking his top camps, but he can also run at Lilia's Gromp, contest her on this as the much stronger jungler, and deprive her of crucial early game golden experience. Instead, Viego farms Gromp, then blue, and the time is already 4 minutes 20. Wait, can you see why this is a big problem? Viego's Krugs have spawned, Raptors are spawning in 20 seconds, and he is stuck on the map with just his jungle item. There is nothing stopping Lilia from taking these camps. This is also why Viego feels the need to stay on the map now after his blue buff, because if he recalls, he is giving Lilia, who has already spent gold, another 30 seconds of tempo. In other words, another 30 seconds to take his top camps. But Viego actually wanted to stay on the map here, because he wanted gold for a BF sword that then builds into Yuntal, whatever that item is, and thousands of players are going to fall for this, I'm going to stay on the map for an item trap. Your tempo against the enemy jungler is always king, always. In this game, Kanavi and his bot lane kill the enemy AD carry and chunk the support, but the enemy jungler is not here. That means the enemy jungler will be quicker to Kanavi's top camps good, or a dive on the Udyr and the river objective like Grubs, Rift Herald, or Baron if any of those were up. Now lots of players would stay on the map here because Kanavi is only 75 gold or so away from Bork, but do you really need Blade of the Ruined King to win fights when you are already ahead? All you need to do is spend more gold, that's it. Doesn't really matter if it's a full item or not, that's just a bonus. So Kanavi recalls and runs to his top camps. You can even see the Kiana hovering around Kanavi's top camps because she knows the enemy Lee Sin should be thinking about countering Kanavi's play he just made in the bot lane. Tempo is king. Even the best junglers though get it wrong sometimes. In this game, Kirei and his team kill the enemy Graves, the enemy Corki, but as Talia gets caught, the enemy Graves is about to respawn and run back on the map with quicker tempo to anything top side of the map compared to Kirei. Graves should know he can never get to this fight in time, so what might he do out of base? Grubs is one thing, but what about Kirei's top camps? This would be really annoying as the stronger jungler, right? But Kirei loses even more time, tempo, to crash a wave. Rel can crash on her own and then decides to stay because...
And the moment I fix this wave right, I literally need 100 gold for my item bar spike, so I'm gonna greed for like one more camp and then look for a base.
Yes, Kirei can buy a major item after farming his Gromp, but why does he need Yuntal to beat the weaker Graves? All he needs to do to beat the Graves is spend more gold. Simple. In this Emerald game, the Talon kills the enemy Graves on his red buff. Therefore we know the Graves is cleared from top side down to his bot side. Talon then takes Graves' red buff because he has all the tempo in the world to do it, but then starts to recall. This doesn't make much sense. If we recall here, what resource are we going to run to meet Graves? Well, my guess is the Graves will farm his Krugs at a base and then run to top crab. So the only thing I can maybe see here is running to the eyebrow brush in the top river and then waiting for Graves to run through, and then we probably kill him. That could actually work, but I think there is a much better attacking tempo play Talon can make. It just happens a bit later. Now Talon stops his recall because the enemy bot lane is asking to be killed, and Talon and Jinx do kill them. Now as soon as the Xerath dies, what should Talon do? Doing crab seems good, right? Then blue buff and Gromp and wolves? No, it doesn't. So earlier I didn't say Graves started topside for no reason. Because he started topside, his Gromp is going to respawn at 420, there's that timer again, and his wolves will spawn around 440. Look at the time, it's 340 right now. It takes around 40 seconds to recall and run to the enemy jungler's Raptors or Gromp. So if Talon did recall and run at Graves' Gromp, what time would it be? About 420 as soon as it spawns. Perfect timing. So not only would that be a great move, but we also protect our Raptors that will spawn at 4 minutes in case the Graves decides to try to take them after doing the top crab. Talon, however, does this bot crab and then Graves shows up. Little bit random, but maybe he got confidence seeing the Talon lose HP in that fight just then, and unfortunately we do lose the bot crab, but this is still so good for Talon because the Graves is not doing top crab and really threatening his Raptors immediately. Therefore, Talon has time even here to recall straight away and run out to his top side to not only defend his Raptors, but also to to attack Graves' Gromp. Even if Graves has time to take Talon's Raptors, Talon can easily pressure him off his Gromp and walls and even his bot camps after that. But because he doesn't recall, he is essentially stuck on the map and might have to defend his Raptors as a jungle item Talon. He could be close to being in the same position with a Dirk and a longsword. There's one more opportunity though for some attacking tempo. Can you see it? 99% of junglers would do Krugs after Raptors, but it's not the best play. Talon can still apply some attacking tempo, but it is no longer on Graves' Gromp. That opportunity is passed. So where do you think it is? If you think Talon can recall and run at Graves' Raptors, you passed the test, mate. Well done. And I'm proud of you. Like a dad. It will take Talon around 40 seconds to recall and run at Graves' Raptors, right? So what will Graves be doing in those 40 seconds? Well, he will do top crab, then his Gromp, and by the time he even gets to his walls, Talon will be taking his Raptors and can then wait in the Raptor brush and kill him when he comes through as the Talon with Dirk and 2 longswords. Unfortunately, he does his Krugs and misses out on putting Graves out of the game. Let me know you enjoyed the video by leaving a like on it. Thanks for the continued support and Merry Crit, don't be Shabo.